Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the art session series. And today we'll be doing an overview of a recent sketch I did in black and white. So I think I tried to combine two different reference photos for this specific sketch. And I believe I referenced the work of Andrew Russell. We recently did an art review of the guy in the channel, and he does have, like, most of his body work is done in ink, black and white. Maybe some colors here and there, but it's mainly like the inks are very obvious. So I felt like studying his work a bit, but how I did it was I tried to combine two different works of his. Like, one had this sort of headband thing to kind of keep her hair together, and then the other one had like this huge jacket. I probably did not do a good job of illustrating the jacket too well. She almost looks like a Dracula kind of character just because of those like huge collars, those things on the top of your like coat or shirt. But it's okay. It does have a very like fashion-esque vibe, and I do think it's based on maybe this guy Andrew is into fashion, maybe, or maybe the photos he tends to pick, just maybe on Pinterest, who knows, tends to have fashion elements, right? So maybe it does seep into the work. But yeah, I've seen these kinds of artworks in like the fashion sort of realm, very sort of minimalistic, very fluid. There are like two major types of artworks, I think, in the fashion sort of space. One is like more conceptual one, where you can express more of your artistic like vision. It can be a bit more abstract sometimes. And then the other one is more like technical, for like actual working drawings, so you can like measure stuff. So obviously I'm into the more conceptual, artsy types of artworks. Now I'm doing this only in one layer, and I think it's a great way to do studies, just because, especially if you're doing them quickly, it's like you can solve problems quickly. You can make mistakes quickly, but because of that, you can also fix things quickly by just erasing stuff. I think for this sketch, I believe I did have trouble with the eyes. Like, they were off for the most part. I think I was able to fix it in the end, who knows. But I do recommend using the lasso selection tools, maybe the liquify tools as well. I think I mostly use the lasso tool to fix or to move like the mouth, maybe the eyes a bit. It's kind of hard to find do the right adjustments, but the thing is, when it comes to the face, it's like these minor adjustments that you have to be more aware of. And it doesn't take much. It doesn't take a drastic change. It only takes a little change, a small change, but it can affect the whole face pretty largely or greatly. I did like the way I did the lips a little bit, like the contrast between the blacks and the whites. Again, when you do black and white drawings only, you have to think about negative space. And it adds to the artwork, because not everything has to be or has to have a contour line. You can suggest like something by just adding black everywhere else except the thing that you're trying to illustrate. So the white is the thing that's popping out against the black. And I think it's a really cool concept, and you will see a lot of this in Andrew Russell's work. And for this one, I don't think I did any kind of hatching at all. It was mostly just some contour lines that are very like gestural, very smooth, with some black fill-ins, thinking about like negative space and stuff like that. And what's cool about this sort of approach is you don't have to draw like every single strand of hair or even chunk it. It's like all black. So it helps you like practice your silhouette sort of design or understanding. If you make sure that you have like a lot of white space or white shapes and black shapes and some contour lines here and there. And again, I do recommend you check out like fashion sort of drawings done in ink pen, because they tend to have this very sort of demure minimalistic sort of approach. Just think of like any artwork associated with like perfumes or bags. They tend to be done with like a brush, or it has like a fine brush sort of look. There's some black, and maybe there's some color too, but there's always going to be some form of ink. It's like a staple sort of look in that industry. And I also like the way I did the ear. I just added the black first, and then I painted in the white to sort of suggest the ears, and then some black again. You add some shadows to the insides of the ear. Is it perfect? No, but it's, you know, I get it, and it kind of makes sense. And I did try to add some like extra hairs in like the top of the forehead, but I was like, I think it was too much. I just left it empty, and I think she looks better when she has like, you know, like an open forehead, and then with those two like strands or bits of hair on both sides of her face to sort of like frame her face. I think it's pretty cool. Now for this sketch, I only used one brush. It has like a marker look to it, but it's also a flat brush at the same time. It's set at like pen tilt, so it follows the tilt of your pen. So I think it's good to limit yourself to like one, to even if you have, because for me, I like having a bunch of brushes, but for studies like these, for quick sketches like these, limiting ourselves to just like one tool, I think is the best move. Because the more brushes you add, it just takes longer, and sometimes you sort of forget what you're actually trying to study, just because you're so focused on trying to achieve some sense of like brush variety. And it matters in like paintings, like full paintings, or maybe if brush variety is the thing you're studying, then sure. But if it's for something like this, just limit yourself to one brush. And make sure you play again with the pen pressure. In this case, it's a pretty solid brush, but the pen pressure it doesn't affect the opacity too much. It does affect the thickness a lot. So you can see the lines go from very thin to very thick very quickly. So play around with that. And I think a lot of your brush problems can be solved with pen pressure. Oh yeah, just looking at the face, I was able to illustrate the edge of that chin by not even drawing a line, right? Like in the bottom, like where it connects to the neck. I did not draw a line for that. I just used the black for the neck. I think it was supposed to be, or I was trying to do like a turtleneck kind of thing. So I contrasted that black against the chin, and there you go. Like you have a natural edge there without necessarily having to draw a contour line. So again, that's one of the cool things of doing, or with doing like black and white drawings only, is you get to really practice your negative shapes. And yeah, so I do suggest doing these black and white. You can add some gray scale like shading after, or even color, but I think you want to be able to achieve a drawing in black and white that can stand alone. And I think for this sketch, I think it's able to stand a little bit like on its own. And yeah, so try this out, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.